So I asked Olivia if it's a sandwich. She couldn't answer. She couldn't answer.
What do you mean she couldn't answer?
She couldn't. All she said was, like, it is, but it isn't, but the bread has to be separated, so I guess it is. I was like...
The bread has to be separated?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that meant.
Take a look.
So you telling me I gotta separate my roll?
I'm telling you that the fact you don't call a pancake bread and cake, like the thing that's inside the cake is bread, my guy.
Yeah, I don't call a cake or a pancake bread.
Wild. Wild.
And I find it wild that you call it bread.
Because it's a type of, it's like a sweeter bread.
It's
Yeah.
literally
So
sweeter
you
bread.
sit there and be like, yo, I want some bread pancake, bro.
Alright.
You wouldn't say
In
that.
order to
It's
make a
like,
cake,
it's
what do
like
you need?
asking for rye or
In order to
pumpernickel.
make a
It's
cake, what
just
do
a
you
different
need,
type
Gene?
of bread.
Flour.
Okay, in order to make bread, what do you need?
Flour.
Okay then.
In order to make chicken, what do you need? Flour. So what is
What?
your point there?
So
bread or chicken,
how? In order to make chicken, you need chicken.
You need flour too.
No, you
That's
don't.
fried
That's
chicken. To make
It's
both,
still
you
chicken, is
have
it not?
to-
It's still chicken, is it not?
I mean,
It's
it's bread
fried.
and
That's
chicken.
fried chicken. But for bread and
Still
for
chicken,
cake,
is it
you
not?
always. But here's the thing,
Okay,
Sheen.
okay.
Sheen, for
Take
for,
the chicken
for
away. How are
bake-
you supposed to make some goddamn fried chicken? Tell me.
Seasoning.
There's no
wh-
chicken.
Okay. Where's the chicken?
You said what else? You
I
didn't
said
say.
take
you didn't
away the
say,
Sheen.
chicken. I
How
said
do you
you
make
said
take away
fried
take
the
away
chicken
the-
without the chicken?
Take away the chicken, right? Then there's nothing.
Okay.
All right.
If
So
you
for bread
Take away
and
the
for
flour.
cake,
You can't.
you can't make without
You can't make it.
flour.
What you're, I understand what y'all are saying, but you're making dumb points. You realize
It's
that,
not a
right?
dumb point.
No.
'cause the way you're saying it, you're making it seem like
All right,
okay,
all right,
because
Chief,
this
Chief.
needs this. No, shut up,
All
shut up. You saying because you need this, it is this. That's like saying because I need salt, everything is chicken. Because I need
What?
flour,
Mm,
everything is
No.
bread. That's the way you're
That's
saying
not-
it.
No,
That
no
is the
one
way you're
said
saying it.
that.
And you're
No,
like,
it's not.
no, bro. You just said.
The
What do you
foundation
need to
to
make?
We're
make
What do you need to
saying-
make cake?
Sheen.
You
What we're
said,
saying.
What do you need to make cake?
Yeah, Sheen.
Flour. What do you
Well,
need to
flour?
make bread? Flour.
flour.
Sheen, what we're saying
A
is
lot of things
if
need
you
flour.
if you take out flour, you cannot make cake. You can't make biscuits. You can't make bread. You can't make any of those baked items without flour.
That's literally basically what I said, just in reverse.
No, it's not because you can make a lot
Yes,
of things
I
without
did.
salt,
Yes,
and
I
you can
did,
also
bro.
make a lot of things without chicken.
Sheen, you can still make chicken without flour. You can make baked
But
chicken.
what you're saying
First of all, we don't
is-
even make
what-
chicken.
what
We
you
kill
said-
chickens.
What you're saying is because it needs flour, it is all bread.
If it needs flour to be made, then yes, it technically is bread.
All right, keep that.
Wouldn't it just be another variation of it? I mean, don't they have breaded chicken, which is kind of like,
You literally just stuck bread on
Flour?
chicken.
yeah.
Breaded
It's just many.
chicken.
It's just
Right?
it's just
Fried
many
chicken, right?
variations.
What
It's
do
just
you
many.
use for fried chicken? Flour.
But you don't need flour to
What do
make
you
all
use
kinds
for
of chicken.
fried
though.
shrimp? Flour.
Okay, but you can make different kinds of shrimp.
When you said salt, that
Okay.
doesn't work. You can legit throw salt on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally.
That wasn't the
put-
point. That wasn't the point, Ryan. The point is that they're saying because it needs flour, everything is bread.
The reason we're saying flour is because you can't make any of those items without flour. You can
That's
make
literally
these.
that. Listen to yourself. That's literally what I just said, but in a different sense. Because you can't make bread without flour. Everything that needs flour is bread. Literally what I
No.
said in reverse.
No. What I'm saying is the main ingredient, Sheen. Like it's the main, it's the
It's
largest
just the same
component.
thing, Preston. Listen. You're not listening to yourself.
No,
it is the same.
Sheen,
I'm
you're
saying
not-
the same
Alright.
thing.
Sheen,
but it is
what's the
in
largest part
reverse.
about fried chicken? What's the largest piece of fried chicken?
Chicken.
What's the
What's
largest piece of
A
fried
thigh,
shrimp?
maybe?
What's the largest piece of fried shrimp?
Shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp?
All right.
What
What's the
we're
biggest
saying
piece of
is-
bread?
Flour.
That's our point.
That's
You
our
can't
point.
make
You're not
it.
listening to our point.
That is your point. I understand that. But your point is everything that needs flour. What you said. What you
We're
said.
saying-
Listen. What you said. I know what you're saying.
We're not saying everything
what you
that
said,
needs
though.
flour is
I
But
get
bread.
where you're coming
that's
from,
how you
Steve.
made it seem. That's how you made it seem.
I get what you're saying. However, your point to a certain extent is invalid because we're saying
And
that
yours
different
is as
things.
well.
No, because you're saying that without flour, you can't make these things that you said are not bread. What you're saying is if you don't have flour, you can't make a lot of other things. However, you could still use chicken to make other things, and it will still be chicken. You can make like chicken noodle soup. You still have chicken. You can make grilled chicken. It's still chicken. You can literally make breaded chicken. You can't make breaded chicken. You can't make fried chicken. You can make a chicken stew. You could literally.
So basically,
fucking
you're
boil
trying
the
to throw
chicken.
my argument out because there's no flour now.
If the
That's basically what you
no,
just said.
what we're saying is its largest component, what it is mainly used for, what the item that is the most distinguishable,
I'm ready, by the
what
way,
its
if you guys wanna join
like,
on me.
majority of the dish is, whatever is being cooked, that is its main ingredient and what you
That
use
makes it
for
bread.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Well,
you can't
yeah,
really...
to a certain extent, yeah.
Alright, I get it. That makes it bread because it needs flour. It is bread.
If it cannot be made without
Because
flour,
it needs flour. It is bread.
She wanted to express herself, so
Gotcha.
give her a thumbs up.
Y'all just heated, especially you. Like, calm down, please. It's just a conversation on bread.
Argument.
Like,
argument. It's not a conversation. It's an argument.
well, my bad. Argument on bread. Like, I'm hearing from both sides, and I trying to understand. Bread is just, well, let me just go to flour. Flour is used for a lot of things. It's just that it's not. Sometimes it's the main ingredient, depending on what you're using the flour for. Like bread in general, you're gonna need flour to make the bread. But for fried chicken, where it needs flour, it's not. It's one of the main ingredients that you need to make the fried chicken. It's like
Ryan
saying that,
understands it. Ryan understands this.
I
saying
understand
that
where you're coming from.
it's, when they're saying that it's just to a certain extent of it just being bread. It's just it's not.
I wasn't
100%
going
bread.
for it
It's
like
just
it without flour you can't make these things. I'm saying.
Yeah,
like how I'm
Ryan,
saying
you
that
Ryan,
everything-
you understand it. You understand it. It's just don't sit there and be like, I didn't say this, but you said it.
Oh no, I 100% said if you in order to make cake, what do you need? You said flour. In order to make bread, what do you need? Flour. Your argument, it has a point. Unless you really want to be extra about it and be like, okay, so in order to fry the chicken, what's the fried part of the chicken? It would be considered bread, or the breaded part of the chicken, it would still be considered bread because it is breaded chicken. That's an extra argument. Your argument is valid. However, my point is.
See, why don't you just leave it there, bro? You're just sitting there. You're basically trying to put me more down.
Because
And that's
what
why
you're
that's
saying
why I'm
is-
arguing my story.
I get why. It just, my point is you can't say it's not bread. It's just not possible.
Chicken is not bread.
No,
Well, no one is saying chicken is bread.
No one is saying that.
No one is saying that.
The whole
That's
time
just.
it's
Then just
like-
stop. Just leave it. Just stop.
No,
What do you
because now
mean?
you're acting
You
like
keep
a
saying that it's
child.
not bread. They're just trying to say that they use.
Now I'm
a type-
acting like a child because you don't want to accept my argument.
I accepted it, and you're right.
No, because you're not accepting it because you're still going. You're
You're
trying
saying
to.
that
You're
this
like,
pancake-
look.
Because you don't
You're like,
accept that
look,
pancake
They're
is
They're
bread.
just trying to
Look,
explain.
I never
how-
said pancake wasn't. I never said. Well, actually, I did say that.
Yeah,
I
you
never
did.
said that. Look.
That's why
I
we-
never said. Look, mainly, first off, I'm gonna just say this. I said I will not call it bread. I will not call it bread. Y'all
said
are
that you
saying
didn't
y'all
consider
You
did
also
say
said you didn't
you would-
consider it bread.
Consider it bread.
You said you didn't consider it bread. It is not bread.
And they were
That
just
don't
trying to
came out of
explain-
your mouth.
they were
If you
just
said
trying
I
to
don't call
explain
it
to you
bread,
how
then I would be like,
bread was
correct.
yeah, and I said that, and y'all kept going saying.
If you
look,
said if I
y'all
only
kept going
I
saying,
said
bro,
if
pancake
you
is
only
bread.
called it,
Cake is bread.
I said it was a
is.
variation of bread because the
it's
foundation
still
for
bread
bread.
though.
was
Even
kinda
if you say
just used for it.
variation, like you
But
don't call it. You don't
I
go
do
to
not
pancake.
call it
You go to
bread.
IHOP and be like, "Hey, yo, give me 3 stacks of bread." Like no one says that. That's the reason why we call pancakes pancakes, but it's still bread at the end of the day. However, because it, like
Nah.
Ryan said, it's made in a different thing. We call it pancakes.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Pancakes, not bread.
We don't
That's
call
not
it bread.
all you
though.
said. We don't call it bread. We say it is bread. We didn't say
And-
we call it bread.
Yeah.
When you were
I
saying,
said,
when
and
you
I
were
did say
saying
this
it-
earlier. I
when
do
you-
not
hold
call
on, hold
it
on,
bread.
hold on. When you were saying just because it has flour in it, we would consider it bread. So we would always keep saying like
That
bread,
is
pancake.
what from what
We
you
weren't-
said, from what they
they-
said, from what they said, exactly, word from what they said. Their synopsis of this is that